It's Saturday, March 2024. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you've not come to any of these videos before. Today's video is a species video and is looking at the history of Cinccino in the Pokemon Trading Card Game. There are 14 artworks so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And we will look at them individually. I am missing 3 cards for this collection as far as I know, unfortunately. 2 are sort of, well, they are missing, but 2 are sort of disguised. I only have reverse foils of this one. I haven't got the non-reverse foil. I don't know why. I will find out. The reverse foil of this one, this is a foreign language. I'm not going to say which one. It could be Portuguese or Spanish. I don't know. I'm not good on these languages. So I need to get the English reverse of this one, and I haven't got the pre-release English version of this one. And there might be a it's one of those ones where there might be a staff one or there might not be. I think there is. I have no idea. Haven't sorted that one out. So let us go through these one by one. So what I'm going to do is, how am I going to do this? I think I'll bring the camera in a bit, and we will. I'm going to get out the Japanese, I think, of each one. So the first one is this one. Before I start talking about the art individually, I would like to say, yeah, I think the general brief is, when you're doing a Cinccino card, is soft. You'll get that. Not only the way that Cinccino is painted is often very, very soft, but also the backgrounds and the color tones and the lighting, etc. So there is a feel to Cinccino cards that is repeated throughout this, and there's very little deviation. But the other thing I'd like to say before we really get going on the individual arts is, overall, fantastic artwork. Nearly all of them would get an A grade from me, and there aren't any bad ones. So it's a stiff competition as to which are my favourite ones, but we'll have a little look and I will tell you. So this first one is by Kagamaru Himemaru, and it came out in the Black Collection in 2010, and then was in English in black and white, the base black and white set. And it's beautiful. Straight on, somewhat symmetrical, very nice, beautiful Himeno card. And there are just 3 prints of that as far as I know, the Japanese, English, and English reverse. The second one is by Mizui. Mizui often does little bubbles in their artwork, and here we have classic Mizui bubbles. Now, this one in Japanese was actually a promo card from September 2011 and was given away with Bandai's little Pokemon Kids special toys, which were a little box you got with a soft vinyl finger puppet almost in it. And I think that's where this card came from. I've never seen the product it came with. But it's a very beautiful bit of artwork, very soft, very fine lines on Cinccino. Yeah. So the Japanese name for Cinccino is Chirachino. That line means that you elongate that. So Chirachino. Chirachino, and it's Cinccino. A lot of people don't pronounce, well, they pronounce it different ways. Let's say they're not wrong. They're just different to how I think it's pronounced. And some of them are wrong, because you hear people saying all sorts of stupid things. So that is a beautiful bit of artwork. Very nice. Now, favourite artist of mine, Kanaka Eo, it would seem perfectly suited to this, because Kanaka Eo's style is very cutesy, and this is about as cutesy as a Pokemon can get. So you have this amazing artwork of Cinccino looking in a shop window at something. Seems quite happy. The black and white hollows with these lines are a bit weird. Clashes a little bit with the card, perhaps. But it does. I always feel that these straight lines do give it a sort of urban environment feel, which is very much the theme of the black and white block. There is a sort of urban setting to a lot of it, both in the game and the cards. So this is a very beautiful card. Fairly strong outlines, as AO tends to do, and flat colours. But the emphasis always in AO's cards is on cuteness. So, very successful card. Next up, let us have a little look. We are looking at Mitsuhira Arita. And did I tell you where the Cinccino one, this one came from? No, okay, go back to this. There are 3 prints as far as I know. English, this isn't English, but let's pretend it is, from Next Destinies in 2012, and Psycho Drive was the original set in Japanese in 2011. So moving on, we have 4 prints of this because there's a reverse for the Japanese, and this was Mitsuhira Arita in EX Battle Boost in Japanese. And Battle Boost had these amazing mirror foils that are not just mirror on the, they're mirror on the image as well, on the card illustration. So, goodness me, one of my aesthetically as a design of a card, one of the greatest ever. I'm not talking about the artwork necessarily, but the incorporation of the artwork with this hollow foiling and this sort of almost like gold leaf effect that you get in the background there. Thank you, Poketage, for getting me this card. So this is EX Battle Boost of July 2013. And as I say, there is a reverse, and then it came out in Legendary Treasures of November 2013, which has the black and white line hollow pattern. Actually, let's just look at the reverses of this period. They did the sort of stars for the colourless Pokemon. Yeah, and you get the artwork without any hollow on that one, as you do with the original Japanese one. So that is a very beautiful card, and my favourite Cinccino card because I am biased. The next card, oh, by the way, that's the same text on the card, the same actual mechanics of the card as the previous one, but as is this. So they're all 3 the same card, effectively, with 3 different artworks. This is another Himeno card, and this was from the Radiant collection that came with the Legend Treasures in November 13. Though in Japanese it was in Shiny Collection of February 2013, and is a little bit more shiny in the Japanese print. The artwork is chaotic, confectionery, a lot of work put into that, and it's beautiful. So that's a lovely little card. The next card that came out is by Mahou, and I'll just bring this down here. So this is Mahou. I love Mahou. Nice bold outlines on Mahou's artwork, but the colours they have chosen here are soft pale blue and soft pinks, and it is adorable. I mean, look at the little feet on this. Holding a little flower. That's just beautiful. And now this came out in Awakening Psychic King of March 2016 in Japanese. And the English prints were in Fates Collide of May of 2016. So that's a A-tier card. Brilliant card. Moving on to the next page. We are starting with Koiki Saito. And that's up here. Now there are 3 prints here. Now the Japanese one is a little bit harder to find. It's from the Mega Ordino EX Mega Battle deck, but in English it's a lot easier because it's also in Fates Collide along with the Mahou one. So this one came out in March of 2016, as I say, in the Mega Ordino Mega Battle deck, and is the darkest, most gritty Cinccino card that there is. There's a bit of sort of almost battle going on, bit of debris flying, some darkness in the background in a sort of, I don't know, ruins environment. I'm not quite sure. But I love the movement and the sort of slight anger in Cinccino's face, but his little tail coming out his feet. That is a lovely bit of Koiki Saito artwork. The lighting around this part is just beautifully done. Still keeping it somehow soft, even in a more action environment. The next one is the 0313 artwork, which is here. There's just 3 copies of this as far as I know. And this was, in English, was in Crimson Invasion of November 17. In Japanese, it was in Awakened Heroes of September 2017. It's probably one of my least favourite of the... But as I say, all artworks are great. But on some cushions, indoors, on a bench. Yeah, it's a little bit... It's still cute. Yeah, it's still cute, but probably at the lower end of the ones that how I rate them, along with this one. Now, this is the obvious omission in my collection, which is that I haven't got the pre-release one, simply because when I balance how much I like it art-wise against how much it costs, it hasn't quite got there for me. I haven't. I will get it. But for the moment, I've only got the Japanese one, and this is Shibuzo. And this was in Shiny Star V in Japanese in November of 2020. But as I say, it was the Sword and Shield pre-release. Oh, I don't think I mentioned it. No, that's the Crimson Invasion one. So we haven't moved on to the other one. But this is another Cinccino amongst clutter. This time, some sort of jewelry, or I don't know, jewelry and cushions and flowers, and I don't know. I'm not a great Shibuzo fan, but it's not terrible. Then we've got the shiny one here, and this is by Kirisaki. And Kirisaki's one came out in Shiny Star V of November 20. But the English one was in Shining Fates of February 21, and it's a little bit better looking in the Japanese print. It's a sweet card, but not very exciting because there's no background or anything. But it's okay. And Kirisaki is very good. So going back to this is the Sui card. This is focus, please. Sweet. And again, it's not my favourite card. It's okay. There are lots of prints of it. I think I've got 5 up here. And this Sweet card came out in Sword, in Japanese, in the Sword set of December 19, and in the base set of Sword and Shield in English of February 20. But there's also there's these things. There's the play promos, and that comes out in a holo version as well. So there's a non-holo and a holo version. Then you've got the English reverse as well. So there are various prints of this sweet artwork, and it's very soft. Pastels, soft lighting, very cute, but it's not really my favorite style, perhaps. And now the last one, we've got 3 more to look at. We got Atsuka Nishida, and Atsuka Nishida from Starbirth in January of 2022 did a little Cinccino in the snow, and that is just cute as anything. Love it. It's even got frosty breath. Yeah, beautiful card. And that came out in Brilliant Stars in English, but then there's also this print which came out at the end of 23 in Japanese again, from the Venusaur Charizard Blastoise special deck set. So that got the reprint. And then finally we come to the two most recent ones, which both came out in Wild Force and have yet to come out in English, but they will be coming out in Temporal Forces of this month, in a couple of weeks' time, hopefully. And we have got Unishida, not Atsukanishida. We have got Unishida, and this is adorable. Love the light in the background, the lack of outlines on the ferns, and the shafts of light coming down, and that little look. Look at that face. You've got to love that face. So beautiful. As I said on my previous video about these cards, I love the fact that the toes are slightly pointed in as well. It's a bit pigeon-toed. So very, very nice. And then you've got the another Shibuzo. This is the, what do they call them at the moment? They call them art rares. And it's chaos, chaos, chaos. It goes obviously with the Cinccino as a pair. This is the tidied up room. The other one's the more chaotic artwork. And you've got a little Skitty and a Maril and the Poké doll, whatever it's called, substitute doll. So, and who's that outside the window? Is that Mr. Mime? I think that's Mr. Mime, isn't it? Yeah. So there we are. That is the history of Cinccino in the Pokemon card game. And my favourite one is that one. But they're all very, very good.